you just need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to really cope with some very tough times, because you go to some very, very dark places. Because when you're tired and you're hungry and you're miserable, whether you're cold or whether you're hot, you're still miserable. It's exactly the same. Whether you're in mud or in sand, it's still hard to get through, so it's the same. You go through some very dark places, and you've got to find some way of getting out of those dark places. Otherwise, it just consumes you. And I'm quite good at coming up with mental strategies to divert myself.
Share a little bit more around that, Edward, because you've put yourself in these extreme conditions where it's a physical challenge, but you are able to come through it because of your mental strength. And I think, given where our world is at the moment and what it's come through, many people are finding themselves in a dark place, certainly emotionally and mentally, and the push through, it's like, okay, we came through this, so we were doing okay, it was tough, and now it just feels like it's not ending. And I think that's where your experience in these multi-day processes is that there's this energy that you've got to keep in storage for still to come, no matter how difficult it is at this moment in time. So share with us some of those mental strategies, or one or two ideas that could help people through these dark places.
Yeah, I think the one thing is to think that it will always end. There is always an end, no matter what you're doing. So if you run a half marathon, you get to the end of the half marathon and you think, well, I couldn't do any more than that. And then you run a marathon and you finish the marathon, you think, oh, I couldn't do any more than that. Then you run Comrade, which is 56 miles. You think, well, I couldn't do any more than that. Then you go and run 100 miles. You think, I couldn't do any more than that. Because you put the effort in to how long you think it's going to be. So I think with something like the COVID situation, we don't really know how long it's going to be. So the effort we've got to put in has got to be quite low. So we've still got enough to keep going. So, for example, in the Kalahari, you very often find you get some army types come in there. They might have been in special forces or whatever. They're used to doing short stuff hard. And they'll go in there and they'll go up full guns blazing first day. You can't do that in the heat. And they suddenly learn that actually it's not about maximum effort. It's about always keeping something in the tank. And if you don't know when it's going to finish, you need to keep more in the tank so that each day you wake up refreshed. And I think it's the same now with the COVID situation. When will it end? We don't know. In the UK, we're in our second lockdown. They're talking about opening up before Christmas. Well, what's going to happen when everyone goes and hugs their grandma at Christmas? So you just don't know when it's going to finish. So don't put all your energy into it. But also think about looking after yourself. When I'm in the Kalahari, there's little treats I give myself. So I love a snack called hula hoops. So I take some hula hoops with me. And every day I finish, I lie down, put my feet up, have my hula hoops, and I'm happy. Until just recently, I didn't like being unshaven. So I used to take a razor with me. Now, most people would say, don't take anything you don't need. But I needed that because it made me feel good.